Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Zaya Active Monday training call. I'm your host, Sam Higginson, and I'm excited to be here today. I'm going to dive right in. We're going a little bit early, but I didn't recognize that I started that video a little bit late. So we're going to go ahead and just dive right in. I'm hoping that my special guest is on the call. I do not see her at the time. Oh, yes, there she is. She's on the front page. So she's here. That's great. I would have had to call on somebody if she wasn't here, and you probably would have been a little bit stressed out if I read your name. But listen, I'm excited about today. Today's a Monday. It's a Make Room Monday day. There's a lot going on. There's a lot happening. I'm sure you guys can hear the trucks backing up. The conference room here at the Zaya headquarters in Draper, Utah, is right next to the loading docks, and there are just there's a tremendous amount of product coming in right now. It's exciting because we know that it's going to end up in virtual parties all over. So I'm going to try to get off of speaking and get it over to our special guest so that she can take it away, and maybe there will be a little bit better sound quality. But before I do that, I just wanted to kind of mention sales are really strong right now. We're having a great September, and it's exactly what we were hoping for coming out of Summit. We want to encourage you to keep it up, keep up the work. There's so many incredible things that are being developed and implemented as we speak. I am currently working on something that I'm more excited about this one project than any other project that I've had in my entire career, and it's coming to you very soon. And it's designed and created for the field so that the field can have a better experience building their business. And I'm just excited about it. So that's all I'm going to say about it right now, but know that it's coming soon. A lot going on this week, big trip down to Mexico for the leadership team. I wish them the very best and hope that they have a ton of fun. Here's what I want to say to all of you guys that are on the call. I've kind of let as many people get on the call as possible. And I think we're there. I think we're ready to get started, but ask away, ask questions. As our guest starts speaking, type in a few questions as she's talking. I mean, she's going to talk about a number of things about how we have fun and how we can use fun being our superpower to actually build our business. So what I will say to you is ask some questions along the way, right? She's not going to be able to cover everything in the 30-minute window that we have. So if she finishes up a little early and she can get to some of your questions, I think that would be awesome. So Natalie, I'm going to put you on the spot on that. I don't know if Dave is with you, but if he is, make sure that he is. Oh, he's not. So he can't scroll for you and give you some heads up. You'll just have to kind of do them both. But Natalie Swenson is our guest today. She is a Zaya elite from right here in Utah. Her husband is David. They run the business together. They have two cute little girls, and they have a baby boy on the way. It's getting close. And if you follow her on social media, you kind of have had a chance to participate in that journey. And it's kind of fun. I've been really excited for her, but she's also very adventurous, outdoorsy. You see some of her posts. If you follow her on her social media too, you get to see a lot of the adventures that she's a part of. And it's certainly fun is definitely one of her superpowers. And I'm excited to have her on today. So Natalie, welcome to the call.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much, Sam. Can you guys hear me? Is the audio working?
We can hear you loud and clear. And I guess I'll just start it off by just saying, what does that mean? How can fun be a superpower to build your business? And I'll kind of let you take it away from there. I'll go on mute. And then when you finish up, I'll come on and maybe ask a few questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah. So kind of an interesting topic today. And we will get into that. So thank you, Sam, for having me on. Man, never in a million years did I imagine myself doing these training calls before I did Zaya. I mean, I had never done a live video before Zaya. I was so out of my comfort zone. I'm super introverted. Zaya brings all types of surprises, but I love that about Zaya. And part of being your own boss and entrepreneur is the personal development side. And that has been so fun for me. I mean, sometimes it's scary to stretch yourself and it can bend us outside of our comfort zone, but that's how we grow. And that can be so fun. So I had the opportunity to be on one of these new rep training calls last year, which I just remember it was so mind-blowing to me then, just as now. But I talked all about Instagram and how to utilize that platform into your business. So if you want to catch the replay of that, that's kind of like my niche. It's where I run my business online. So you can find that in your rep back office, just using Instagram as part of your business. So that was in the summer of 2020. So it's such an honor to be back speaking with you guys. So I have been learning to run my business on social media from the beginning of my journey. And since it began, kind of like that was my niche. That's just the stage of life that I was in. And so that's why last week's call was so awesome, effective social media. So if you didn't watch last week's call, that was so good because social media really is such a powerful tool that we have to build our businesses. So I was thinking about what I wanted to talk to you guys about today when I was asked to be a guest again. I'm like, oh my gosh, what do I talk about? What will people find value in? And so we're going to be talking about how having fun can be your superpower in building your business. So what does that mean? I got to meet many of you at Summit. If you're at Summit, comment in the chat, say I was there. And that was such a cool opportunity having it in person again. And I got to hug and squeeze so many of you. So thank you to those that came and said hi. But a common thing that I noticed that people were saying is they're like, hey, I have been following you on social media, on your Instagram account, actively.Natalie. And you just brought a smile to my face and it was just fun. And I was like, really? I was having fun, but if you had fun with it, like, wow, that is really, really cool. So I do want to talk about Reels today. That will be a part of this training, a part of having fun, how you can utilize that tool in your business. But if we haven't met before, real quick before we dive into Reels, hello. I have been a rep for Zaya for just over 4 years, which is pretty crazy. And a little bit of background on my Zaya journey and how I got to where I'm at. I mean, wow, being on one of these trainings is just so humbling. And I'm like Sam said, I'm a Zaya Elite. I'm a mom of 2 little girls, and I've got a little boy on the way, which we're excited about. I'm in my 3rd trimester, and it's nostalgic for me because I actually started Zaya when I was pregnant with my 2nd daughter in my 3rd trimester. And I remember thinking like, oh, I don't even know if I can fit in the clothes, but I'm going to do it. And like for so many people, Zaya has been so life-changing for us. I mean, it's helped me grow as a person. I've met lifelong friendships through it. And that has been one of my favorite parts. It has allowed us to travel. I mean, Cancun this week on the leadership retreat. I'm excited to see many of you there. We got to take our girls with us to Thailand at the beginning of 2020, which these are all things that were a part of my why, right? When I started Zaya. And now we get to build our dream mountain home because of Zaya. And it's very, very humbling. And I bring these things up because if like thoughts come into your head of being like, oh, well, how would I ever get to that spot? Or, you know, some people are just lucky or whatnot. Like I have seen time and time again, like this opportunity is for all of us. And I can tell you, you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to, those things that are on your why, those things that you really want. You have a vehicle and an opportunity to do it. And I know that you can. And everybody's journey is different. Everybody's story is different. And my story and my journey did not come without the highs and the lows. It was not fast in the beginning. I could have quit so many times. When we started, the season of life that we were in was really hard. Just trial after trial. Life was just not for us. We lost a really close family member, tragically. Just transitioned from a toddler to a newborn. Struggling financially, job loss, postpartum depression. Like it was so much all at once. It was like the refining fire of life. And so many times I could have quit, right? Of being like, this isn't for me. Like, oh my gosh, I can't figure this out. I don't even know how to do a party. I don't know. Like, I definitely have gone through the no's, the party duds, the people quitting, the ups and downs of the business. But there's been many defining moments of my business where I've had to take a step back and remember, why am I doing this? Am I having fun? Like, what do I want to get out of this? And it's getting my mindset back on in the right track, the right vibes, right, the right energies. And so it got me to keep going, right? The whys and having fun with it. And so that's kind of why I wanted to talk about it, because our journeys are going to be up and down. So if you're struggling, if you're feeling like this lag in your business, or you're feeling like you're in a rut, just know you're not alone. Like, that's normal. It's part of being an entrepreneur. Not every day is going to be sunshine and rainbows, but there are definitely tools that can help you through that. And everybody's story is different, everybody's journey. And so just remember to trust it and keep going, because that's how you're going to succeed in it, is keep going through those difficult times. So I want you to take a minute to reflect on where you're at currently right now in your business, and ask yourself some questions. Ask yourself, are you happy with it? Are you having fun? Maybe are you feeling frustrated, right? Or nobody's booking parties, or nobody wants to join my team, or I can't get anybody to buy. Like, what are you feeling right now? Are you feeling a lag or a scarcity? Like, oh, I'm nervous, or just evaluate. And no feelings are bad. I want you to just evaluate your emotions and be like, okay, I'm just going to look at how I'm feeling. And if you are feeling like this lag, right, and you're not having fun with it, it's like a chore to do your messages and your parties and stuff. I think we need to take a step back and use that as an opportunity to say, okay, what else is going on here? Take some time to reevaluate some things and realign with your why and your purpose of why you're doing it, right? Because guys, this is leggings. This is the coolest gig ever. Like, you get to get paid to wear leggings, essentially. Like, so, well, it should be fun. And if you're not having fun with it, then you need to reevaluate some things and figure out how you can put the fun back into it and get the right energy and the right headspace there, because ultimately, then that's going to affect every part of your business. So, like I said, not every day is going to be sunshine and rainbows. Like, that's normal part of being an entrepreneur, but it's, getting through those times and knowing we're all in this together to figure it out. And so you've got a whole community and army backing you up through it. So, if those things though that are like holding you back, you're like building this resentment and you're like, I'm not having fun. Like, what is going on? Like, that leads to inaction. So that's why it's so important to, take the time to reevaluate, because when you're having fun and getting into action, that's when you're going to succeed, is by taking action. If your headspace isn't right, you just don't take action in any aspect of your life, right? We don't want to sit on the couch and not do anything because we're frustrated, which is normal, but how do we get through that? So, we've all experienced trials and hard times, and especially, we're all in this together the past 1.5 years of life in business and personally, just with crazy things going on in the world. And for me, where I run my business 99% online, that's what I had to I kind of got just in the habit of that from the beginning of my journey, just my stage of life. And I felt this big time. I mean, maybe many of you felt this when you get online and you're like, it's a dark hole. The world is so evil. And you're like, how do I even get on? And I remember I've gone through this, or you feel a block. You're like, I can't even show up. I can't create content, or, there's the inaction there, right? Because maybe you felt it, but I for sure felt it. And I felt it and I was like, man, how do I get through this? So I had to take a step back and reevaluate of being like, hey, what is my purpose here on the interwebs, in my little space here on the internet? And amongst all the chaos, all the like darkness or whatnot, like in my small way, I'm going to just provide my own light that I can to those that I may come across. And I'm going to find joy and fun in my little section. And if that can help somebody, then that is a win of using that tool of social media. In my VIP groups with my customers, if I can provide value of helping them feel awesome in their leggings and put a smile on their face, maybe like to be a light in my own little corner, that is succeeding. And that if I'm giving them value, that's going to give me value. And so that really helped me to really reevaluate my purpose being on social media, because sometimes we just need that reminder because we want to like throw in the towel and be like, I never want to get on my phone again. But social media is such a powerful tool. And so either it can use you or you can use it. So just like remember that you can be in control of it. So I'm gonna share, kind of put a rep on the spot. I know she's on this call, but something that stood out to me as I was like navigating this like block in my own journey. She's a rep on my second line. And I'll never forget this because it really stood out to me, but she was sharing how she got into Zaya. And she was watching my frontline, Allison. Hi, Allison. And Brandy's the girl. And she was like, just watching her do this leggings thing. And she saw that she was having fun. She was laughing during her videos in her VIP group. And just, there's just this joy to her in liking what she was doing. And Brandy was like, whoa, I need that in my life. She's having fun. I want to have fun. And and she just wanted for the discount in the beginning, like many of us. And now, you know, she became a rep, and a year later, almost, like they have a growing and thriving team, which is amazing. And it's like my frontline rep, maybe she didn't know in the beginning, she was just showing up and having fun. And you never know who's watching you and who you're influencing and who you're affecting. And that connection could change your business forever. And so it was just a great reminder to me that you never know who's watching or who you're affecting, right? Who you're connecting with. And so we all have influence, whether you know it or not, you know, to the people we interact with every day, those in our family, those that, you know, dropping kids off at school, at your job, like you have influence, those that follow you on social media. And so how are you going to use that? I hope for good. I hope that, you know, in some small way, you know, you can find that light in your corner of the world, right? And so, anyway, I thought that it's always stood out to me as I've been navigating this. And one thing that has really helped me also as I was like getting through this rut on social media was Reels. And it just brought back the fun to social media for me. It helped me start showing up and connecting with an audience again. And so how it started was, for me, Instagram's my choice of platform to run my business. I mean, I'll do parties through Facebook and trainings, but like I'll share my journey on Instagram, and there's a lot of great platforms. You know, there's TikTok or whatnot, and I never could wrap my head around TikTok. But I saw that it was like picking up, which Reels, if you're not familiar with, is like Instagram's version of TikTok, where it's like little videos. So it started last year into the holiday season. So around this time, as we were gearing up for the holidays, my team and I were doing a holiday themed mega party. And if you don't know what a mega party is, it's just like a big party. You can have multiple hosts or multiple reps run it, where it's one event and you just all do it together. Anyway, we did a holiday themed party. And each team had a Christmas movie that they did. And so their post had to be based off this Christmas movie. And my Christmas movie was The Grinch. And so I had to like start thinking of ideas of things I can post, which was fun. I'm like, oh, these funny memes and these gifs of the Grinch, you know, and then I was like, oh, like video, what could we do? Maybe make some funny videos. And so that was the first time I dove into really like dabbing into TikTok reels, and I just had to figure it out. And so my husband, like Sam said, we run our business together and he's such a good sport. But I was like, Dave, will you do this video with me? And so he's like, okay, good guy. And we had him dress up like the Grinch. And I dressed up like a Who, and we just like did this voiceover to a clip from the Grinch. And as parents, you know, we put our kids to bed first, and then like after they were to bed, we like dressed all up and did our video. And I'll never forget, we were laughing. We thought it was hysterical, and we were just like having this great time creating this video. And of course, we woke up the kids because we were just like busting up laughing at ourselves, and they come out and they're like, what is going on? Daddy's all green and has these contacts. Oh my gosh, if you want to watch the video, you can scroll back in my reels on my Instagram, actively.natalie, and watch it. It was just like fun and goofy, and I remember it just like lit this new fire in me. I was like, oh, this is fun. Like, I'm going to try more of these, because we had a good time just like creating content, and you know, that's part of work. So that was a good time. And so anyway, that started like this snowball effect of me trying out reels. And so, you know, there's always going to be a learning curve anytime you try something new. So don't let that hold you back of, you know, trying to figure it out, how it works or whatnot. So what I did is I just took action and started making them, right? I started scrolling and researching it, and I'll get into my process, but that's what got me going. And essentially, like, once that energy was there, I started getting customers again and booking parties and enrolling reps. So it was just like the energy was like affecting all the aspects of my business. So, and don't worry, like if dancing is not your thing, I know a lot of people are like, oh, reels and TikTok, that is not my thing. Like, that is so weird. That is not me either. I'm not like into dancing and stuff, but there's so many different ways that you can utilize video into your business. And so I'll share some tips with that. But reels are Instagram's version of TikTok. I like it because then I can connect it to Facebook and just share to my business Facebook page. So it makes it easy, even though like Instagram's my platform of choice. But you can do this on TikTok, whatever, or just utilizing video into your business. If you've never like dabbled into reels before, I do have like a Reels 101 training on my Instagram account that you can go watch and share with your teams. I posted it on my IGTV, which is like longer videos. So there's a little tab on my account, actively.natalie, IGTV. You'll see one that says how to make an Instagram reel. So if you want the basics of how to actually make one, I do have a tutorial where I like screen share that you can see. But hopefully that can help get you started. But I challenge you to give it a try. If you've never made a reel before, time to step outside your comfort zone, right? Which we love that about our business, and try it out. So videos, like I said, are just such a great way to connect with your audience, for people to get to know you. And I love what was said on last week's training, the effect of social media, just how you have somebody's attention just for short times, like 15 seconds. And that's why video is such a great tool for your business to grab somebody's attention, right? To slow the scroll and stop, right? Make those connection instead of just like slapping up a profile or a product photo, or you know, you can do a picture, but hopefully it's a picture of you. But video is going to be such a strong tool to find the right customers, party hostesses, and reps for you. So just trust the video process. I know it feels like awkward in the beginning, but it gets easier with time. So I'm going to share a few reels, tips, and my process with it. And then you can go out and just try it, because no one can, I mean, I can't do it for you, right? It's just going to take practice. So where do you even start? I get a lot of reps. They're like, I've never made a reel before. What do I do? So start to get familiar with the feature on the app. But what's really cool about our industry is it's clothing. So it's kind of that wear and share. It's super easy. You don't have to like show a box of something, right? You can just wear it. So that's part of marketing for your brand right there. So you can make any video and you're marketing your brand by wearing the clothes. So a simple video idea that you could start out with that I challenge everyone to do here is create an outfit change. One outfit change video. Be so simple. So all you would do is pick an outfit, and you can pick a song. It could be whatever song that you want, and record like 2 seconds, 3 seconds of you in this video. Then you can like black out the screen, change your outfit, and then show yourself in the new outfit. And the video can be like, what, 5 seconds, 10 seconds long. And I promise people are gonna like slow their scroll, seeing that more than any product photo or even a photo. Like having that fun, like audio, like working with people's senses, and they could visually just see this outfit change. Like, oh, that's cute. She looks like me. We have a similar body type, or that's really cute. I need that. And you don't even have to like blast the product all the time, right? Like this feature or whatever, you can just like wear it and share it. So that is a really simple idea for a video, and you can, you know, get creative with it with time, but that is a fun way to do it with our clothes. It's just like fun outfit changes. Some other ideas of videos is you can just start practicing with it. You'll see that there's trends going on, maybe some challenges. You'll see like reoccurring themes as you're scrolling through videos. You could do dances with them, but you don't have to. You can also do voiceovers. Those ones are really fun to me. You can also, if like those things aren't your style, you're like, that isn't me, you can always provide value with education and do how-to videos. So look at your life and be like, what do I like? What am I passionate about? Like if you're passionate about nutrition and love putting together unique little lunch boxes for your kids, like you could totally put together little videos for it. It's providing value for people where you can create that connection, and then they'll be like, what is this person all about? And so it's a great in, right, to be an icebreaker. So those are just some examples of videos that you can start thinking about how you can make. Again, it takes practice and consistency of putting them out there. So finding your style and keep going. So my process of creating reels, I get a lot of people that ask me, they're like, oh, how do you even come up with the stuff that you're posting? And so a lot of it is just time management, like because we all get lost in the scroll. So be careful. Don't let social media use you. You use it. So as your own boss, it is important that you are in charge of your time. So make sure you're putting intentional time aside to do this. So this is my process, is I'll do research. So I will set time aside where I will scroll, and that's okay. I will get on Reels and see what's trending. If there are popular audios or challenges going on, and I'll just like scroll. And if something sticks out to me that I'm like, oh, that was funny, or that's cute, or I like that, there's 3 little dots on the app where you can click save. So there's a folder on Instagram that you can have saved posts. So it can either be, you know, anything, a post, a reel, an IGTV. You can save them to a folder so they're easy to find later on. So my saved folder is so full now, but it's so nice with your time management. So if you come across something that you connect with, or like it sparks an idea and you're like, oh, maybe I could tweak that to make it my own or recreate that later on, I'm going to save that. So that's like intentional time to like do research. And then you're going to come back to it with, again, that managed intentional time for content creation. And you can batch record stuff because life is crazy. We can't just like all of a sudden record something on the spot and post, right? And so time management is like how you can put time aside, create content, and then post it throughout the week. So that's what I will do. I would have them saved to my folder. And then so I'm thinking about them for a while of being like, oh, I could do this or use this outfit to that song. And then I will dedicate some time to record a few videos, right? And then after I record them, I don't have to post them right away. After you're done creating, you can save them to your drafts. So then throughout the busy week of life, you can just go hit post and it's already there for you. So that's kind of my process with how I come up with ideas and then create and then post, because we all go through blocks where we can't just like come up with content on the spot, right? It takes time and a little bit of a process. And so if you ever have an idea, make sure to write it down, save things to your saved folder, as you come across things, because that will save you so much time with just sitting down and being like, how do I come up with something I don't even know? Because we all go through that. So I am not a very creative person. I wouldn't like consider myself that. It's just like, as ideas come, I'll save it and then use it later on. So I challenge every one of you to incorporate reels, videos into your social media, and have fun with it. It's a great way to provide value, and don't take it too seriously. Don't take yourself too seriously, guys. Seriously, have fun with it. And for me, I just want to share that with you because it brought back the fun in social media, and which essentially has affected all aspects of my business, because it puts the energy back. It reminds me of my why I'm doing this, why I get so excited about it, why I love these clothes so much, you know, and just having fun with it. So whether it's through reels or whatnot, just make sure you're having fun in your VIP groups, that you're using video to connect with your customers and your party guests. You're posting funny memes, doing games, getting people engaged to provide value to them, to just put a smile on people's faces. And I promise when you're doing that, you're going to attract the right customers and reps to your team. So trust that process. Use video in your stories. Please show your face. Talk about the new releases. Talk about the like awesome flash sale that we have going on today. If you have any of those items, show yourself wearing them. Even for that just 15-second clip, that's gonna be way more effective than throwing up that that company graphic, which is beautiful. Thank you, Zaya, for these graphics. But you are ultimately the biggest superpower to your business. So just trust it. It gets easier with time doing video, but video is such a powerful, powerful tool. So just stems from your why. Remember your why and have fun with it, because this is the best gig ever, guys. So thank you. That's what was on my heart today. So if you are tuning in live today, thank you for your time to hang out with me. Thank you so much. Or if you're catching the recording, hello and thank you. And but I think, I don't know how we are on time. I think we still have a little bit, but I will pass the time over to Sam, and if we have any time for questions or whatnot. But
well, absolutely. What I'm going to let you kind of scroll through some of those questions throughout your information, which was awesome, by the way. It was amazing. I'm so glad these calls are recorded, because now we can go back and like fast forward to the spot that we heard something and we need to hear it again. But what I love is that in the chat, everybody's kind of commenting on some of the points you made, and then other people are answering, and then you would end up answering those questions too. So you can kind of look through that. But I just wanted to make a statement. Your journey is something that has been really fun to watch. I remember, you know, in the early days, you know, going through some of the struggles that you went through, and you talked about some of those things all piling up at the same time, and then being able to find yourself and really get out of your own way and not take yourself so seriously, and seeing that journey and the confidence that you now have is just so amazing. Like I've watched that confidence grow, and you talked a little bit about like doing these reels, and look, they're scary. It's hard to kind of dive into, but at the end of the day, you know, as you're doing them more and more and you're being consistent, you know, that confidence starts shining through, and it certainly does for you. I just want you to know that. I would ask this, who inspires you? Like when you're doing that research, you talked about, hey, go and do your research, find out what's trending, find out what's fun. Who inspires you? Is there anybody that you can share with us?
Oh,
In that regard? I mean, that's kind
like
of
a
on the
like a
spot, but
yeah. So I mean, it's kind of like a compounding thing, but it just started last year when me and my husband did that Grinch video that I was like laughing and having fun creating content, and I was like, I need more of this in my life. And so as the research comes, it's just, I'm like, oh, okay, if I am intentional with my time, it's okay to like scroll and see what's trending
yeah,
and set time aside for that. And then you'll come across people that you connect with, and accounts that I love, maybe you won't love. Like it's kind of like a mirror. You'll see that like some of your favorite people to follow on social media, it's because usually you have something in common with them, right? You're in a similar stage of life, or a similar personality, or they're similar age maybe, or they have similar interests. You're drawn to them because it's subconsciously a mirror. You're like, oh, I want to be like them, or I want to, you know, connect with them. And so the same thing goes for you. And that's why video and sharing your journey online is so powerful, and how you're going to connect with people, because you're a mirror for them. Because
yeah.
there's going to be people that don't connect with me that are going to connect with you.
You know, that's exactly the answer that I was hoping for, because the truth is, sometimes when I watch you, I'm like, I wish I could be a little bit more like, you know, Dave and Natalie, because, you know, you're just having so much fun. And, but it's, you know, and I think that that's exactly what it is. Everybody's personality is a little bit different. So find the people. It's who inspires you might not inspire someone else at all. And I think that that's really important here. That everybody hears that this business is for you. It's built for you. You just have to find it. You have to find yourself. And I think that's what you've done so well, Natalie. And one of the reasons that I loved this topic for you. Was there any question that you came across? Are there any questions that you came across that you wanted to address? I think you kind of answered the call along the way, but you know, you answered the questions along the way, but.
Yeah, I see a few questions of like specifics on editing and how to do a reel. Like I said, I have a breakdown of a Reels tutorial on my account, so you're welcome to follow that. My account's actively.natalie, and it's posted on IGTV, and it's like a quick video, but I show my screen to walk you through how to make a reel. So if you want like the basics, how to make one, there's a tutorial there. Or you can always, there's so many tutorials out there. You can always YouTube it, how to make a reel or whatever. Like there's so much value out there to create them if you're wanting the like logistics and specifics on how to make one. Let's see. I saw one question is like, what platform are my parties on? All platforms. I like to give my party hosts an option. So I typically will run them through Facebook, through a closed group, but I've done Instagram parties through like a group message, and you can also do that through Facebook Messenger. Really, it's the mindset that parties are just sharing the clothes in a closed setting. So wherever works for your customer, where you can share the clothes, works. So, here's Cyrus.
Yeah.
Is my VIP group on Facebook or Instagram? My customer VIP group's on Facebook in a closed group. My Instagram, what I use it for is I like to think about it as like my online portfolio. So it's a public page where I share my journey. That's where I make connection. And then I'll funnel them into like my customer group, host parties, you know, so it's like a funnel to those tools, if that makes sense.
Awesome. Well, listen, Natalie, I know that we're getting close on time, and a lot of people, carve out 30 minutes to jump on these calls. And I so appreciate it. Everyone knows that these calls are recorded. And a question was asked a long time ago in the chat, where do we find these? And it was answered. And so I appreciate you guys jumping on there and answering it. But also, it will be in the email update this week. So there's going to be an update about next week's call. And in that update, we'll have a link for you to go and watch last week's call. And I highly recommend that we all do that. Get it out to the team page. I know that they try to get that sent out by Wednesday. We're trying to get that to go a little bit faster, but there's a lot going on right now. A lot of things that are, priorities that we've got to get finished. And, one of those happens to do with an announcement that was made on stage this last summit. We're expanding into new time zones soon. But the truth is, Natalie, thank you so much. I appreciate you and your team and everybody else that's jumped on this call today live. Let's get it out there and get it rewatched. If there's any final statements or comments that you want to make, now is the time. Otherwise, I say good luck to everybody this week. Stay focused. A lot is coming down the pike that is really making this business super real. No pun intended to your topic today, but
really real.
Yeah, it's really real. So anything?
Oh, thank you everybody for hanging out. It's been awesome. I appreciate you all so much.
See you next Monday.
Go have fun. See you later.
Bye-bye.